come tap in. Brothers come tap in. Brothers come tap in, come tap in, come tap in. Bringing that substance straight to the public, no capping, no bluffing. Now run it up, buddy. Brothers come tap in, come tap in, come tap in, come tap in. Brothers come tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in.
Let's go.
What it do, everybody? Tap on in, man. We're gonna drop a little clip on y'all where Kevin O'Leary went in on Abby from CNN and schooled the whole panel, man. So also Scott Jennings, my man, shout out Scott Jennings as well. So let's go ahead and get this clip rolling and let's see what they're talking about.
According to our reporting, some of the deals going on right now: Saudi Arabia, 2 luxury towers, Live Golf Partnership, Qatar, Golf Club and Villas, UAE, luxury hotel, cryptocurrency deal, Oman, resort and golf project.
And the dinner.
I mean this sincerely. I mean, does it bother you that this is happening at the same time that these nation states are also trying to curry favor with Trump himself?
Well, it doesn't really bother me that people are in business for years, then their dad gets elected president, and then they continue to go on in business. We knew we were electing a businessman president. We knew his family was in business. So I think the American people have full visibility into that. Number 2.
We're talking about new deals here, not existing
Well, they're business
deals,
people. They're cutting deals all the
deals.
time. Well,
You're okay with them cutting deals while Trump is sitting in the White House when he's going over there
countries that
to
are
negotiate
actively
with them?
doing negotiations
on
with
foreign
them.
We're negotiating with every country in the world every day. Well, let me answer your question, the specific concerns about Hunter Biden. All the things you just mentioned: towers, golf courses, hotels, resorts, tangible things.
Cryptocurrency
You do something. Money exchanges hands, a service is provided, a tower is built, a golf course is developed. Can you name one tangible service other than finger paintings that Hunter Biden provided for any money that changed hands? You cannot.
Hold on.
That's a fair critique of them.
You see how that's why Scott Jennings is the man, bro. If you disagree with Scott Jennings, that's just because you know he's telling the truth. I'm sorry. I just got to say it for what it is. This man, when he calls out things, he articulates himself to a point. It's like, there's no way you can disagree because he drops facts. Now they talking about all these deals that Trump doing. But yet, y'all can't point out not one deal other than a finger painting from Hunter Biden and Biden himself. Y'all can't point out nothing. But this man over here is making deals, man. This man has been making deals since the 80s. Trump. He raised his family to do the same thing. He turned the family name into a business. That's something everybody should do. I done told you this before, Phil, but I ain't gonna get on you right now. Once again, he turned the name into a business. Your name is already a business, whether you know it or not. You know what I'm saying? You just got to learn where the information is at to utilize that and grow, make an empire. That's what this man has done. He operates as a businessman. He got in there as president, and he's operating in the United States, which is a federal corporation, like a business. He's getting deals done.
Trump cuts deals with nations while his family benefits.
Yeah, right above it, blurred lines. Stop playing, man. Yeah, y'all. That's exactly what this is.
Shit.
Blurred lines. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens though, man. When you're a reader, man, you just read right through all this stuff. Like, yeah, you say you caught that Trump because deals with nations while his family benefits. Me, I'm like, okay, but y'all put over top of it blurred lines. Yeah, because that's exactly what I'm seeing. Y'all just putting some bull out there for someone who's not very acknowledged. Fall right into the trap. Nah, it's gonna take a little bit more for me to fall into the trap. I'm sorry. I read, and I do not know it all. That's why I read, so I can learn something.
Biden of it all, but you're not addressing the fact that in all of these countries, in order to do any of these things, they have to go to the political
But
leadership
Abby,
of the countries to
but-
get them
but
approved.
Abby,
That doesn't address
but
that
Abby,
at all.
Abby, at 10:07, Scott was telling me how the biggest modern day conspiracy we've had in terms of a president scandal was Joe Biden and his health. And he said that, and then he criticized Chuck Schumer, right, about the fact that he didn't have any character because he didn't stand up to it. But at 10:27, 10:28, the argument has changed, because what we do know is that there is a $400 million jet from Qatar. What we do know is that there is a $5.5 million golf course in Qatar. What we do know is what Syria is offering Donald Trump. And what we do know is that the things that are happening in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, buying meme coins that mean absolutely nothing. The fact is, and I would love for Scott to be able to answer this question, but for the fact, and that's when I didn't really do well in law school, but I remember but for the fact Donald Trump is president of the United States, none of this would happen. And so that is what you call a kleptocracy. And so when you have children, and no, and 1 second, Kevin, because you wanted to talk about Kevin O'Leary, you wanted to talk about Kamala Harris being mediocre. Donald Trump Jr. and Donald Trump Jr. and what's the other one? Eric are the definition of what mediocre is. And what I'm saying is that now they are reaping the benefits of their father.
Different direction?
Please.
Just for a moment.
No, got me. I'm blind.
What does this have
Yeah,
to
you are
do
blind, brother.
with Middle East policy? Please, just a moment.
Oh, no,
What?
please.
Excuse me.
Oh, yes,
What does
excuse
this
me.
have to do with the fact that he is trying to create a circle of friendship with the fastest growing geographies in the world before China does?
But wait a second.
Wait, let me finish.
Well,
On this
okay,
trip, I just wanted to do
Man, hold on, man. I don't know what it is. He's not the only one that's been saying this either. I don't know why they keep calling it Qatar. It's Qatar. They keep calling it Qatar. I don't know why they call that country. Why they calling the country Qatar? It's Qatar. Man, they wear, huh?
I got an interruption a minute ago, so I kind of lost what was going on. Who's Qatar? Who is he?
No, that is a country, man, where President Trump just
Oh.
went. That's where
Okay.
that's where he got the plane from.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay.
They are tripping over this plane. You know what I'm saying? The reporters are. So, you know what I'm saying? I want you to leave this pause right here. What I want you to do is go to that not legislation, to the Constitution, where they keep talking about, oh, he can't take gifts. And now, he's breaking the Constitution. So I want to pull up the Constitution so people can understand what it is in its entirety. Article 1, Section 9, Clause 8.
Okay. So yeah, so that's the big problem with this thing going on with Qatar.
Right. So this is what I want people to understand what they're talking about.
Okay.
No title or nobility shall be granted by the United States, no person holding any office of profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of Congress, pay attention to that part, shall, without the consent of Congress, accept of any present a moment, office, or title in any kind whatever from any king, prince, or foreign state. Now, it says he can't accept no present from any foreign state, basically, without the consent of Congress. So if Congress consented to it, then what are we talking about? Congress approved it. That's basically what it's saying, without Congress approval.
So you're saying that Congress did approve it?
Where did Congress say that they didn't?
Oh.
See, that's the problem. That's the thing that people that's the thing you got to understand about law. If it's like it says, innocent until proven guilty. So until someone says that he can't, right now he can't.
And no person holding any office of profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of the Congress.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying the Congress didn't approve it and they didn't disapprove it?
They didn't no. The only one that has a problem with it is the media outlets. They're the ones that's complaining. Nobody in Congress, my bad. There's a few Democrats that's talking about it, but there's no, you know what I'm saying? They got to have a Congress hearing and they got to say no.
Yeah. So hell, I mean, solve all that problem. Just go ahead and get approved from Congress. Go ahead and have the hearing from Congress and let
But
them
that's the
approve.
thing. You don't have a meeting just to get approval, especially when you're doing a foreign trade. The manager, and then it was spontaneous.
Yeah.
He didn't go there. They didn't call us, "Hey, Trump, man, we're gonna have this plane for you when you get here."
They just gave it to him on the spot.
Exactly. They gave it to him on the spot. He's there meeting the prince. He's trying to create a foreign deal. What you look like someone going there to do a business deal with someone, and they gift you something out the blue. What you? I don't want that. No, I can't take that. You know what I'm saying? That, in some countries, that is a sign of disrespect.
Yeah. So the way they want to look at it is like Trump knew this was going down before he even went over there, and that's probably the reason he's going to make the deal, because they gave him something. They bribed him.
Well, they're not saying, well, yeah, that's what they're trying to say. But that's another reason why it was written in the Constitution for that, so you can't be bribed.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So that's what they're trying to say happened.
Hold on though, Trump is not the first president to get a plane, bro. That's why they have what they call what's it called, the when the presidents leave out of office, they have a what is it called? Is it a library? Presidential library. And that's where he said, as soon as I'm out of office, I'm not keeping it. That's where it's going.
I did. I remember a video. I think it's probably one you shared. I remember him saying that. He said he's not planning to keep it. He's just gonna leave it in the library.
Come on, man.
And what the hell is the presidential library? Where is that?
Now that I don't know.
That shit must be big as hell. They leaving airplanes in it.
And each president got. I mean, I ain't gonna say each president got. Each president got his own library, bro.
Damn. Yeah.
Stuff that presidents and stuff that they received that they left behind.
That's crazy.
That's why they changed the Oval Office. Every time you get a new president, the first lady gets to come in and redecorate it.
Yeah.
And they be pulling, old pictures and stuff out of their libraries and putting them into the Oval Office. A lot of stuff people don't even know that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I never heard of a presidential library until we got on this topic here. Learn something new. Dang. And every president has one. That makes it even crazier.
Every president has one.
And they putting airplanes in them shits. They got to be huge. Damn. Okay.
Go ahead.
What does this have to do with policy?
One thing that I've heard for the last 4 or 5 years is anytime anyone had any criticism of the United States foreign policy in Gaza or whatever, is that these people would be being paid by a resource-rich government that propped up and funded terrorism, which was over in Qatar. Mm-hmm. Every single time. They were buying influence in Ivy League schools. They were buying influence in social media. They were buying influence everywhere. So anytime you saw somebody,
the Democratic Party was
that you were saying that anytime somebody was thought to have any dealings with the Qataris, they were thought as being intellectually and morally tainted. Except the president of the United States, who takes a $400 million plane from them, literally is refurbishing it to be Air Force.
Who cares about the plane?
That's what I was about to say. Trump he can buy his own plane.
Bro.
How is that even like steering what direction he goes in? Airplane?
That's what I'm saying. That's what these left-leaning people do. They pull on your heartstrings. They try to focus on the plane, forget the policies, forget the deal that he got done, forget between Qatar and Saudi Arabia together, bringing $1.2 trillion into the economy of America. Forget that. We're gonna focus on this. On top of that, the $400 million plane that he received. That's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about this plane.
And you said they're bringing 1.4 trillion,
1.2
trillion dollars into America.
Yeah,
with the deal that they're trying to sign.
No, they're done. Not trying to sign. They're done.
Yeah. What's that deal about? Do you know?
Not all in entirety. I think it was Saudi Arabia. They did like $100 million military deal. It's you know what I'm saying. It's a couple things. I'm saying it ain't just one thing. It's like a multitude of not multitude, but a couple things that come together all together where it's You know, like I said, Saudi Arabia 600 million, I think it was, and then Qatar did the rest, and where it comes out 600 million, matched it, and it came out to 1.2 trillion amongst the two.
At the end of the day, that's the bottom line coming into America, and they worrying about a plane.
Yeah,
they're not really worried about it. They're trying to touch the small minds with that plane thing to get them in the uproar.
Worried about a plane, but yet there's $1.2 trillion over this span of 10 years. Like I said, a military deal. There's a couple other, I cannot remember what they were, but yeah, that's the one that I remember the most, was that $100 million, you know what I'm saying, military deal, defense deal. So, you know, we're helping out the military, and they're paying for it.
Yeah. So I assume that they feel like they're playing chess, trying to make sure they can round up, get Dems back in, come next election, get them back in as much as possible. But the tactics, I lost connection a little bit, but from what I'm feeling now, the tactics that they're using are the same ones that they used to lose the campaign, and they're like I said in one of our older videos, they ain't giving up, and they're still using the same shit that made them lose.
And they gonna stick with it, bro. They chose that hill, and they gonna die on it. I don't know why they're not changing up, because their ratings is falling. Like, man, anybody on the Republican side can win, like, without even trying right now. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got your people that's just gonna be that just follows the Democratic Party. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, but those numbers is not gonna match. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a landslide again. You lost in a landslide, then you keep doing the same thing, and your ratings has got worse. You're gonna lose even in a bigger landslide.
Yeah, I was about to say, gonna mess around. It's gonna be an avalanche this time, a total wipeout. They are exemplifying the exact definition of sanity.
And the crazy thing about this right here, this is what I want you. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the TikTok where Trump pointed this out years ago. This is why he is the man of deals. The reason why he's the man of deals, he just started this when he became a president. He's been doing this since the 80s, people. He wrote a book called The Art of the New Deal, and he's utilizing it right now. Right now. When I come across this post, I said, man, we got to, you know what I'm saying? Because I know everybody's algorithm is not the same. So we got to share this to the folk, man, that follow us, and to the new people that tap in. Man, if you're loving the content as of right now, man, click that like, click that share button, and hit that notification bell as well, man. Tap on in, and let's go ahead and play the clip.
Cool.
He'll talk to me. Would you ever? Probably not, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country. And if it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally. Something's going to happen over the next number of years with this country, because you can't keep going on losing $200 billion. If you ever go to Japan right now and try to sell something, forget about it. It's almost impossible.
All right,
bro,
so
this is in the 80s, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We came in a little bit after she started talking. What Oprah was asking him was, because I remember seeing this a while back. She was asking him, would he consider being president, or is he planning to be president, or something like that? And that's where we caught him saying probably not, just to let everybody know what was going on.
Oh, also, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna go ahead and give credits to Brandon Anthony Clark here. You know what I'm saying? Yep. This is his content here. You know what I'm saying? We want to give a shout out to the content creator for this.
Yep.
You want to sell to China, the Chinese insist that you open a factory there. They take your technology and then say to you, now we want to see your plan for export. The average tariff on Chinese goods coming into the United States is 2%. The average Chinese tariff on U.S. goods going into China is 35%. Fact is that U.S.-China trade is a job loser.
That was Trump in 88, and that was Pelosi in the 90s. Two different sides saying the same exact thing. If we don't fix this China situation, we're cooked. And for 30 years, nothing changed. Until just recently here on April the 2nd, when Donald Trump snapped his fingers like Thanos and slapped tariffs on the whole planet. Like, have you seen your 401k lately? The market's crashing, the dollar's crashing, and everybody looking at Trump like, yo, it's obvious this man don't know what he's doing. And this is where it gets deep, because what if he did know what he was doing? What if this was a page straight out of a playbook? Not just any playbook, a 40-year-old playbook. Brandon, what are you talking about? So boom, it's April Fool's Day, and Trump's team's like, sir, with all due respect, this is asinine. It's crazy. You really about to slap tariffs on the whole world? Trump goes, you ever read my book? They like, what book? He goes, it don't even matter because clearly y'all didn't. He's like, let me ask you something. What does China need from us? They're like, money, oil, gas. Trump goes, access. China needs to sell in America. We're the biggest, baddest market on earth. So guess what? If they want to sell here, they got to pay. That's called leverage. And that's page 52. Somebody goes, but Mr. President, timeout. Why hit everyone? Isn't China the main problem? Trump goes, look, the element of surprise is a very, very powerful thing in negotiation. If I just hit China, they play the victim. So I hit everybody. Nobody knows what's going on. The market's panic. Not are all calling me. This is going to be the biggest power shifts maybe ever. And that's on page 58. Another advisor's like, but what if it blows back? People might turn on you. Aren't you scared of that? Trump's like, always know the worst case scenario. If you protect the downside, the upside takes care of itself. Worst case, we get some.
He said he was going to hit all markets. That's what he said, right?
He did.
If he hit all markets, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to just point out just one. He said, no, I'm hitting the element of surprise. Everybody.
I'm saying that's what he stated in the book.
No. No. The things that he's doing right now is not in the book. It's the elements that he's using from the book.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, he didn't write exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I don't mean that writing word for word saying predicting, but like the elements.
Leverage. You know what I'm saying? Bro, that's why I said, man, I love it when my people read, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I have no sympathy for, you know what I'm saying, people look like me and you don't read and you come out with these opinions, man. I ain't trying to hear nothing you gotta say, but bro, I respect this man right here. Brandon, shout out to you, bro. My man reading, bro, and he was dropping it down to this specific page. Took the work out for you, like here's right here on this page, page 52. You want to talk about it? Come on, man. That's that right there. Like threw me for a loop, bro. When I said, man, Trump did this in 80, wrote this book in 87. And now he's using the exact things that he talked about back then. And man, if you can't tell me GOAT, that man the GOAT, bro. Man the GOAT, bro. He did this 40 years ago. Nancy Pelosi was talking to him. They were both talking about it. The exact problem. Now he had to step in and take care of it. But they made him but they got a whole meme of the man in a clown suit. Who's the clown now?
Yeah. Dang.
Gotta respect game, bro. Gotta respect game.
40 years ago. Yeah.
Gotta respect game, bro.
Yep.
Man.
Salute.
Headlines and people complain, but hey, they were going to do that anyway. Best case, we win and America's great again. And that's on page 71. One of the guys goes, sir, are you sure about this? Trump's like,
bitch, you think it's small. We need to be thinking big.
Page 92. And now everybody's sitting there like, yo, he really about to do this. Then Trump hits him with, you know, the wildest part? They'll never see it coming. Because if you want to keep a secret, the best place to hide it is in a book. And I wrote mine in 1987. Now, look, I know some folks going to hear this and be like, you sound like a Trump supporter. Nah, I sound like somebody who's sick of blaming everybody but themselves for their problems. It's not your fault things are the way they are, but it is your responsibility to fix it. We all got to play the hand that we was dealt because it ain't about red, blue. It's always been about green. 34 trillion in debt. And who does that hurt? Not billionaires. It hurts anybody under 40 with no assets, no stocks, no land, especially the young black man. It hurts the single mom with a job and no safety net. The 22-year-old who just got out of college and got a bunch of debt. The 60-year-old trying to retire with no savings. So yeah, pointing fingers, scrolling and complaining while everybody else is out here studying the playbook, trying to go out here and get it. You a liability to your own self because this might not be a collapse. It could be an opportunity, but only if you see it that way. And so if you still think this is chaos, then obviously you ain't been paying attention. Because if you want to keep a secret, the best place to hide it is in a book. You might want to open it.
This sounds
in a book. Might want to open one, people. I keep saying it. You might want to go read. And man, look here for y'all with them student loans. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's why you got so many complaints. Like, bro, you've been slacking. Lack of knowledge will have you in a bind so bad. Not only just in life with the opinions. So many people hate this man and not even knowing this man about to possibly turn your whole life around because he's gonna turn the whole economy around. Back then it was 35% to 2%.
2%.
Now what it is right now? 30 to 10. Come on, man. We paying China 10% and they paying us 30%. When you back 40 years ago,
back then we was paying them 35,
and
they were paying two. That shit flip.
What?
That's a damn inaccurate reciprocal.
Even and that's just the pause.
Yeah,
that's just the pause.
Yeah,
man, come on, bro. Even with the pause, that's more than just a win. That's a beatdown. Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell you back in '87 I was gonna turn this around? What did I tell you? Pootie Tang style on the last episode. Man, that man came out with a leather, blue and white wrapped American flag leather belt. That thing is genuine leather, boy. He came out Pootie Tang style on China, on all of them. I don't care. On the stock markets. That's what he did. He came out Pootie Tang style on the stock markets, man.
I wonder within that window, that 40-year window, has anyone came close to it, or has the ratio changed any, or did it stay like that up until now?
Talking about for the tariffs, the 35-2.
Yeah, what was it before Trump came and changed it?
It definitely changed. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Definitely don't know what it was, but it changed.
But it was still in favor of them, China.
All the way, 100%.
Definitely. Yeah. Hey, some good information right there. Food for thought. Hope it woke somebody up.
And for y'all that hate Trump, oh well, go get his book, man. Order the New Deal. Hey, I'm a Trump supporter. It is what it is. Call me what you want, man. Hey,
I ain't gonna lie, I might have to get that book myself because I didn't read it.
Bro, yeah. I sent you a link.
Yeah, I'm saying I didn't read the book though. I don't have it. I don't have to get it.
I'm just saying, check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out. So yeah, man, for y'all who disagree with Trump, you might want to take a seat back, and do a little bit of homework. Stop watching CNN and MSNBC. Stop just watching. Now, I ain't gonna say stop watching them. Just stop putting all your focus in them and go do some information, man. Research. Yeah. Chat GPT is free. I suggest, you get the paid version. You get a little bit more deeper detail, but, utilize the free, what you got.
Yeah.
And ask those questions. Do a little bit of homework. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep calling these people wrong when actually, yeah, you might be the wrong one. So do a little bit of homework, man, and tap on in, man. If y'all like or dislike what we got to say, go ahead and hit that bell. Go ahead and hit that button. And dislike or like. Subscribe while you at it. It's free.
Speaking truth. Stop following them cliff jumpers. We out.